I'm going to be teaching you guys a lesson today, and I need some volunteers, but not right now. But I need y'all. The volunteers I'm going to pick are going to be the quietest students that sit crisscross applesauce, that keep their hands in their laps, keep their hands to themselves, okay? And be still. Yes, very good. All right, let's get right to it. Okay, we're going to learn about what we're going to do today, okay? All right, so repeat after me, okay? Ready? Today I will compare the links of names and learn about longer than, shorter than, and equal to. Very good. All right, so let's talk about what it means when something is shorter than and longer than. Raise your hand if you know what the word short means. Short. David, can you tell me what short means?
It means that you're short.
Very good. Mariah, can you tell me what short means?
It's like this short.
Yes, that's good. So is another word for short, can another word for short be small? Yes, absolutely. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you can tell me what something means to be long. Long. Eric? Tall, very good. And big. Very, very good. All right. So, remember I'm looking for a volunteer that's quiet and hands to themselves. Okay, now let's look at these two pictures so we can talk about shorter than and longer than. Okay, is this candle right here, is this one longer than or shorter than this candle? Wait, is this one? Longer. And is this candle, this one is shorter. Very good. All right, and this one, this is a dad and his son. So is the son shorter or longer? Shorter. Is the dad longer or shorter? Very good. All right, kiss your brain. Very good. All right, now we are going to, now we're going to read a little book that we've read before. Raise your hand if you remember reading this book. All right, so we're going to read this book, and we're going to learn a little bit more about longer than, shorter than, and equal to, okay? And remember, I'm watching for quiet, and so we can pick volunteers after. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Quiet and still. Okay, I'm watching. Chrysanthemum. The day she was born was the happiest day in her parents' lives. She's perfect, said her mother. Absolutely, said her father. And she was. She was absolutely perfect. Her name must be everything that she is, said her mother. Her name must be absolutely perfect, said her father. And it was. Chrysanthemum. Her parents named her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum is a long name, isn't it? Is it a short name or a long name?
Long.
Long.
But she starts after a flower.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, Chrysanthemum grew and grew and grew. And when she was old enough to appreciate it, Chrysanthemum loved her name. She loved the way it sounded when her mother woke her up. She loved the way it sounded when her father called for dinner. And she loved the way it sounded when she whispered it to herself in the bathroom mirror. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum loved the way her name looked when it was written with ink on an envelope. She loved the way it looked when it was written with icing on her birthday cake. And she loved the way it looked when she wrote it herself with her fat orange crayon. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum.
Her name after a flower.
Chrysanthemum thought her name was absolutely perfect, and then she started school. On the first day, Chrysanthemum wore her sunniest dress and her bright smile. She ran all the way. Hooray, said Chrysanthemum, school! But when Miss Chud took roll call, everyone giggled upon hearing Chrysanthemum's name. Is that nice?
No.
No.
So don't do like that, didn't you?
No, that's not nice. It's so long, said Joe. It scarcely fits on your name tag, said Rita, pointing. I'm named after my grandmother, said Victoria. You're named after a flower.
She's mean.
She is mean. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Miss Chudd that Chrysanthemum's name was spelled with 13 letters. That's exactly half as many letters as there are in the entire alphabet, Victoria explained. I'm looking for quiet, remember? Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria, said Miss Chudd. Now put your head down. If I had a name like yours, I'd change it, Victoria said, as the students lined up to go home. I wish I could, thought Chrysanthemum miserably. Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. My name is too long. It scarcely fits on my name tag, and I'm named after a flower. Oh, pish, said her mother. Your name is beautiful. And precious and priceless and fascinating and winsome, said her father. It's everything that you are, said her mother. Absolutely perfect, said her father.
Perfect.
Chrysanthemum felt much better after her favorite dinner, macaroni and cheese with ketchup, and an evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that her name was Jane. It was an extremely pleasant dream. The next morning, Chrysanthemum wore her most comfortable jumper. She walked to school as slowly as she could. She dragged her feet in the dirt. Chrysanthemum, 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 she wrote. She even looks like a flower, said Victoria as Chrysanthemum entered the playground. Let's pick her, said Rita, pointing. Let's smell her, said Joe.
Oh.
Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and said, a chrysanthemum is a flower. It lives in a garden with worms and other dirty things. Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria, said Miss Chudd. Now put your head down. I just cannot believe your name, Victoria said as the students lined up to go home. Neither can I, thought Chrysanthemum, miserable. Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School is no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. They said I even look like a flower. They pretended to pick me and smell me. Oh, pish, said her mother. They're just jealous and envious and begrudging and discontented and jaundiced, said her father. Who wouldn't be jealous of a name like yours, said her mother. After all, it's absolutely perfect, said her father. Chrysanthemum felt a trifle better after her favorite dessert, chocolate cake with buttercream frosting, and another evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamed that she really was. Are we talking? She sprouted leaves and petals. Victoria picked her and plucked the leaves and petals one by one until there was nothing left but a scrawny stem. It was the worst nightmare of Chrysanthemum's life. Chrysanthemum wore her outfit with 7 pockets the next morning. She loaded the pockets with her most prized possessions and her good luck charms. Chrysanthemum took the longest route possible to school. She stopped and stared at each and every flower. Chrysanthemum, 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 the flowers seemed to say. That morning, the students were introduced to Miss Twinkle, the music teacher. Her voice was like something out of a dream, as was everything else about her. The students were speechless. Keep your hands to yourself, please. The students were speechless. They thought Miss Twinkle was an indescribable wonder. They went out of their way to make a nice impression. Miss Twinkle led the students in scales. Then she assigned roles for the class musical. Victoria was chosen as the dainty fairy queen. Rita was chosen as the spiffy butterfly princess. And Joe was chosen as the all-important pixie messenger. And Chrysanthemum was chosen as a daisy. Chrysanthemum's a daisy, chrysanthemum's a daisy. Joe, Rita, and Victoria chanted, thinking it was wildly funny. That's not wildly funny, is it? That's not. We're nice to our friends. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely... What's so humorous? Asked Miss Twinkle. Chrysanthemum was the answer. Her name is so long, said Joe. It scarcely fits on her name tag, said Rita, pointing. I'm named after my grandmother, said Victoria. She's named after a flower. My name is long, said Miss Twinkle. It is, said Joe. My name would scarcely fit on my name tag, said Miss Twinkle. It would, said Rita, pointing. And, said Miss Twinkle, I'm named after a flower too. You are? Said Victoria. Yes, said Miss Twinkle. My name is Delphinium. Delphinium Twinkle. And if my baby's a girl, I'm considering Chrysanthemum as a name. I think it's absolutely perfect. Chrysanthemum could scarcely believe her ears. She blushed, she bloomed, she bloomed. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Joe, Rita, and Victoria looked at Chrysanthemum longingly. Call me Marigold, said Joe. I'm Carnation, said Rita, pointing. My name is Lily of the Valley, said Victoria. Chrysanthemum did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She knew it. So, raise your hand if you want to tell me something we learned in this book today. Grayson, what did you learn?
I learned that he's named after a flower.
Yes, very good. So, were they nice to Chrysanthemum in the first part of the book?
Yeah.
Put your hands down, please. Were they nice to Chrysanthemum in the beginning? Why were they not nice to her?
Because she named after a flower.
Because her name was
A flower.
long. Her name was really long. That was why. So they all had shorter names. Chrysanthemum didn't they? So they made fun of her because she was different, and we don't do that, do we?
My name is really long because I changed my name to Spider-Man.
Thank you, David.
No,
All right.
my name is Hale.
Now we are going to. All right. So did y'all give me a thumbs up if you like the book, Chrysanthemum?
Me? No, I don't like it.
Okay. Now we're going to learn about compare. Raise your hand if you can tell me what you think it means to compare something.
Like that means.
No. Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
Oh, yeah.
BJ, do you know what it means to compare something?
That means.
It means what? No.
Oh.
Grayson, what do you think compare means?
It means that the aim.
They're the name. These are names. Yes, very good. Yes. What do you think it means, Lynn?
Like, over shorter.
Yes, you compare things that are longer and shorter. Okay.